Ukraine War, June 29th, 2022. A day after Turkey allows Finland and Norway into NATO, Syria recognizes independence, sovereignty of Donetsk and Luhansk, state news agency. What secret deal to Turkish president did America make in regards to Syria?
Syria recognizes independence, sovereignty of Donetsk, Luhansk state news agency. Firefighters work to extinguish a fire in a house following recent shelling in the course of Ukraine-Russia conflict in the town of Yasinovata, in the Donetsk region, Ukraine, June 28, 2022. Reuters, Alexander Armochenko. DAMASCAS, June 29. Reuters, Syria officially recognized the independence and sovereignty of the two breakaway regions of Luhansk and Donetsk in eastern Ukraine, state news agency SANA said on Wednesday, citing a foreign ministry source. The Syrian presidency had affirmed its intention to build relations with the two breakaway republics in February.
Ukraine War, June 30th, 2022. Norway denies it is blocking Russian access to Arctic islands.
Norway denies it is blocking Russian access to Arctic islands. By Gladys Fouché. 3-minute read. Oslo, June 30. Reuters, Norway is not blocking Russian access to the Arctic archipelago of Svalbard, only applying international sanctions, and Russia has other means to reach its settlements. The Nordic country's foreign minister told Reuters. Russia on Wednesday accused Norway of disrupting the delivery of critical supplies and threatened retaliation against Oslo over access to Svalbard, citing unspecified retaliatory measures unless it resolved the issue. Svalbard, midway between Norway's north coast and the North Pole, is part of Norway, but Russia has the right to exploit the archipelago's natural resources under a 1920 treaty. And some settlements there are populated mainly by Russians. NATO member Norway, which is not in the European Union but applies EU sanctions against Russia, has said sanctions would not affect the transport of goods by sea to Svalbard. Much of the freight for the archipelago's Russian settlements, however, passes first by road through the border point between Russia and Norway on the mainland, which is close to sanctioned goods. Norway is not breaking the Svalbard Treaty, Norwegian Foreign Minister Anniken Huitfeldt said. The shipment that was stopped at the Norwegian-Russian border has been stopped on the basis of the sanctions that prohibit Russian road transport companies from transporting goods on Norwegian territory. Norway is not trying to prevent supplies from reaching Barentsburg, she added, referring to the main Russian settlement on Svalbard, which exploits a coal mine. Some 378 people, mainly Russians and Ukrainians, live in Barentsburg and the other Russian settlement on Svalbard, called Pyramiden, according to the Norwegian Statistics Agency. Russia could deliver supplies in a different way, exclusively by ship or by air, she added, and not just by road. While Norway has applied most international sanctions, it has not shut its ports to Russian fishing vessels, a lifeline for the ports of Arctic Norway. The minister also said the governor of Svalbard was in close contact with Barentsburg residents and that all had access to food and medicine. The situation is assessed as normal, she said. Reporting by Gladys Fouché in Oslo, editing by Tomas Janowski.
Source of photo.